Namaste. My name is Tantrapsychic. My real name is Deeksha. I'm here to fulfill a promise that I'll soon start giving the Guru Deeksha and an initiation to the path that I follow of Baba Birfa Nath. Uh, I'm very thankful to my dear friend Manideep Mago, who once invited me to the Bhandara of Baba Birfa Nath on Gugga Navami, and over there he initiated me into this path of Naath Panth, and he also attached me to the the feet of Baba Birfa Nath. He gave me the mantra. He told me the all secrets of how to worship and do the sadhana of Baba Birfa Nath. Uh, I was actually practicing tantra and doing the various sadhanas even before meeting him, even before getting this Deeksha. I was doing that. I started it from the age of 14, and I have done and tried various sadhanas and kept doing it ever since. I have also started effort many years ago to share this knowledge which is hidden, which is corrupted, which is also very complicated and hard to understand. I simplified that knowledge and created a series of videos that I followed myself and got success the way I did. I actually shared that hidden knowledge publicly, but that was a mistake in a way because this knowledge is being targeted by the scammers of YouTube who actually just copy the original creative knowledge of other people, creative videos of other people, and the such videos of people like me, and they translate it into Hindi and create videos in order to just get revenue from YouTube ad streams. But they actually don't have any knowledge about the topic they are discussing or sharing. They hide their face and they do not come on camera. They always hide their identity. Such people, they after sharing such videos, not only from my channel but other channels also, they start selling stuff that I always criticize, like yantras and rosaries. I told you already that you need not have to buy pre-energized yantras from anywhere. You just have to do it yourself. And I also told you the easiest way to do it. My own grandfather was a follower of Naath Panth, and I have gained so much knowledge from him and also from my own practice that nobody can beat this first-hand experience. And this channel, one of this channel that I took action against, they told me in an email that they are a group of students who are college graduates or about to graduate. They have teamed up and are making these videos, and they get this information from some gurus, and they said they maybe that guru have given us this knowledge from you. We don't know about it, but I know they were lying, because there were some things that, like for example, I have shared a video of how to get Pratyakshikar and how to see Lord Hanuman in real life. But that sadhana, that ritual is so difficult that in these days we can't achieve that because we cannot continue to chant on non-stop for 24 hours. So I asked my guide what are the various ways by which we can avoid this and still get to see Lord Hanuman and get his blessings. So I have given those alternative methods which have never been given in any book anywhere around the globe till date, and they even copied that. There was a mantra, the Navaran Maha Mantra, that I chanted in my video, and these guys, they cannot say that complicated mantra. So what they did, it not only they copied my whole entire video, translated it into Hindi, but they also copied the whole audio clip of me and they pasted it into their own video. The sad thing is that they, in order to cash into the YouTube algorithm and keep the video of 10 minutes, they cut short the 30-minute videos of mine and delete a lot of valuable information, create a small 10 minutes video. Further, if anybody comments on their video and asks any questions, they don't have answers to that because they don't have any first-hand knowledge about this field. So sometimes they start commenting on my videos and ask the questions to me so that they can get the answer from me and then give it to their viewers. So that's how they are operating their business, and they have nothing to do with tantra. They have nothing to do with our rich culture. So in order to prevent that, I have decided to keep this sadhana secret from now on. I will initiate people who are interested, and then I'll share the information, the introduction of each and every sadhana that I'll share further. I will keep the mantra and the vidhi, the procedure of that sadhana secret in a private video. And if anybody is interested to do that sadhana, that person can contact me, have a reading, and see if that sadhana will work for you. If yes, then if there is any changes that needs to be done for him to get success. For example, I have shared in one video that if it doesn't work for one time, then multiply the number of chants that you have done in the previous attempt by 10 and redo it, and you can again try it the third time by multiplying it even further by 10 and then doing it. But you cannot attempt fourth time the same sadhana, because it means that deity do not want to help you or will not bless you. So in order to avoid that much waste of time and effort from you, best thing is you get a reading, ask if it is good for you to get this sadhana done, and if yes, what you can achieve with it, and what if you still want to do it, then what is the right count, what is the right way or alteration that you have to do into the sadhana to achieve what you want. So that's the best way. This way you will get the direct tailored information for yourself, and not the general information given in the books or into that particular video. So you get that information from the video and the direct guidance from me. This is the best way going forward. This is the way we can keep it safe from these crooks who do not value our rich culture, our religion, and they misguide people just for the sake of few dollars. And frankly, till date, I have only earned $150 or approximately close to that from YouTube revenue. And my motto is not to earn money from that. I just want to spread this knowledge to people. I did it before through Orkut communities, and it was a great success, but now Orkut is shut down and it is no longer there, and that's why I have decided to share it with you people here on YouTube. But it was a mistake to share it publicly. Now I'm going to rectify it as per the guidelines of Baba Birfa Nath Ji. Without wasting any further time, let's discuss, share the story of Baba Birfa Nath Ji. I must warn you, this is the path for not everybody to follow, because there are some difficult rules that you will have to follow all your life if you choose to become initiated into this sect. Okay, and I will share those rules here, and before that I'll share the story of Baba Birfa Nath Ji. Everybody knows Naath Panth is a very strong sect of Indian Tantra, and Navnaths, like 9 Naths, are very legendary, who actually were the first gurus of this sect. Out of those 9 Naths was Baba Santosh Nath Ji, who was believed to be the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and Baba Birfa Nath Ji is considered to be a second birth of Baba Santosh Nath Ji, so indirectly a incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so about 550 years ago, there is a place in India called Jammu and Birpur or Bahawa. That whole land was ruled by a king named Biram Dev. This king was childless; he had no child, but he and his wife were really desperate to have a male child. So to continue the kingdom and rule the kingdom after him. He was so desperate, and after so many years of waiting, he called on his ministers and asked them what he can do to achieve his desire to get a male child. And they told him that there is a region in his kingdom which always suffers from drought, and there is no drinking water for the people of that region. If he get a well constructed over there from that good karma, he will get a male child. So he ordered his soldiers to arrange for it, and then they started digging for a well in that region. That region was I forgot the name of it, but it was still in his kingdom. So they dig deeper and deeper, but still there was no water coming out of the well. So when they informed the king Biram Dev, he got worried, like, we have a solution, but the solution is itself not working because there is no water in the well. So he again called his ministers and asked them what he can do. Then they suggested there is an astrologer in their kingdom named Fiddu. We can consult him and ask for a remedy to this. Fiddu came in and he did his calculations, and so Fiddu told the king that there is a demon who is holding the water in the bottom of this well, and he needs a sacrifice. Unless the sacrifice is given to him, he won't let the water rise up. The king asked what's the sacrifice. Then the Fiddu replied to the king and said, this is not easy, because he doesn't want an animal sacrifice, but a sacrifice of uh, a child, a male child of a Brahmin, who is white skinned, he who have brown hairs and who has a complete body, like he is not handicapped or none of his body part have been damaged. So first, this such a boy was hard to find. Further, it was a big bad karma, like a really, really, frowned upon deed that anybody can even think of, to kill a human being, and then on the top of it, killing a Brahman is called a sin of Brahmahatya. So that was a big thing, and they was both of, like, the king and the queen were worried, like they have to go through it, but they were so determined to get the male child that they anyhow summoned their army and to go spread out in the whole kingdom and find such a boy and buy that boy from his parents. They spread out, and everybody in the kingdom was furious. Also, they were scared at the same time from the king that these Brahmin families, they would hide their children. Even if they were handicapped, they would hide them, because no matter what they were so scared that if he can't find such a boy, they may, like, the soldiers may come after our children, right? And then on a day, there was a very poor Brahmin. His name was Ladda. Ladda, and he listened to this announcement in the streets of Birpur that king is looking for such a boy, and by chance his child had all these qualities, all these traits. He got curious and inquired about it, and then he discussed that with his wife, who in turn was, you know, very desperate to become rich and get the luxuries of life, and she was so fond of gold and ornaments. She agreed, and they settled a price for the little Biru. They asked for the soldiers to fill their house with all the luxuries and give them gold and jewelries equivalent to twice the weight of their son Biru. The soldiers agreed, and then they gave that money, that gold and ornaments to Ladda, and then Ladda showed him where Biru was in the fields. Then the soldiers captured him, and when they were taking him away, Biru's mother got emotional and she ran after him with some food, which Biru declined to accept because he was no longer their child, and he cannot believe how his parents can abandon him and sell him. So when Biru was taken to the kingdom, Fiddu over there told the king that it's not the right time to sacrifice him. We have to wait until no moon day, and till then, Biru was kept near a river in a hut, and he was guarded by the soldiers. And while he was in the hut and he was worried that he will soon die, he actually remembered an incident where he was taking care of the cattle of his neighbors, who would pay him to take them to the fields to graze. Right? He remembered that one such day he was there in the fields, and Guru Gorakhnath ji came and asked for milk for him to drink, and then he actually gave him a kamandal full of milk, and to that Guru Gorakhnath ji blessed him that anytime when he is stuck in a grave consequences, or in a situation where it's no way out, just remember him, meditate on his image and chant his name, and he will help him. He will talk to him through his conscious, and the powers of Naath Panth will come into Biru, and he will get the power of cursing or giving boon to anybody, and that will come out to be true. Whatsoever Biru will say from his mouth will happen whatsoever. Even God will not be able to change it. So that was the blessing of Guru Gorakhnath ji to be little Biru, and then Biru remembered that and started chanting Baba Guru Gorakhnath ji's name and meditating on his image. About the whole night passed, and then Biru started to hear the voice of Guru Gorakhnath ji in his heart. That's how Baba Birfa ji communicate with me. I hear his messages, and not from the ear. I feel it here. Like he tells me, this is the answer to what you are asking. He guides me this way. Okay, and even before I was like getting these answers from him, I was doing picture reading, astrological reading, palm reading, pendulum readings. I did get answers, but the level of accuracy have increased after I have started getting messages from Baba Birfa directly, right? So, anyways, so Baba Guru Gorakhnath Ji told Baba Little Biru that talk to the king and ask him if the well gets filled with water without Biru's sacrifice, will the king sacrifice Biru anyhow? And little Biru followed the advice, and he talked to the caretakers and asked them to talk to king and get the message conveyed. The king replied, I really do not care if I have to get this water in the well with or without your sacrifice. So if I can get water, I will spare you. Okay. So then Biru continued to worship Guru Gorakhnath Ji, and then after a day, Guru Gorakhnath Ji materialized himself in front of little Biru and blessed him, took him as his own pupil, a shishya, and named him as Birfa Naath instead of Biru, and told him that when they take you to that well for sacrifice, cut your index finger and then drop your blood into the well and leave it to God then. He followed the advice, and when the time came, he cut his index finger, dropped his blood into the bottom of the well, and the water didn't came up, and he was like, what happened? Then he meditated immediately and got to know, because at that time he was really enlightened because of the blessings of Guru Gorakhnath Ji. He quickly find out that the demon inside that well is satisfied with the blood, but he's not still leaving. So what he did was, with anger, he took a rock and while saying the name of his Guru Gorakhnath Ji, he said Jai Guru Gorakhnath Ji, and he threw the stone with great force towards the bottom of the well. With that attack, the demon ran away, and immediately the water raised up into the well. Everybody was amazed with this miracle. But by this time, Baba Birfa Naath Ji was so much filled of anger that he cursed the king that, O king, you would never be able to drink water from any source in your kingdom, no matter if it is a lake, pond, well, or a river. If you do, then you will develop the incurable disease of leprosy. And if anybody drink water from this well, in which my blood have been sacrificed, that person and his all entire generations will remain poor. So after cursing, Baba Birfa Naath Ji was about to leave. Then the king ran and asked for mercy, but Babaji said, you have committed a sin and you have to pay the price. And he left, because Baba Birfa, I told you, if Baba Birfa Naath Ji gets angry, you cannot undo it. You cannot get mercy. No, he doesn't get angry easily, but if he does, then you cannot run away. You will have to face the wrath of Baba Birfa Naath Ji. Okay, nobody can save you then. So he came to the feet of Guru Gorakhnath Ji, and then in his guidance he started doing the pinnacle tapascharya and increased his powers multiple folds. And one day, some people came to Guru Gorakhnath Ji and asked for help from evilish queen of Kalali Tibba. Her name was Kalalan, and she was also expert tantrika, and she had 4 different bhairavas to protect her 4 entrances of her palace, and she would enslave people who were God-loving, God-fearing, or sannyasis, or saints, or Naaths, and she will enslave them, and would she was very cruel as well. So people came for help to Guru Gorakhnath Ji, and Guru Gorakhnath Ji then knew that Birfa Naath will be able to control her, and he ordered him to get some stuff for worship from that particular area, Kalali Tibba. He went there, and Birfa Naath got angry with the whole situation, how the soldiers were treating the innocent people, and he get the vibe of that whole region that nobody living in this area believe in God, and they are all following the path of indulgence, and they need to be taken back onto the right mark of dharma. And then out of anger he said alak, which comes out of our mouth when we are in deep meditation. With the power of that magical word, the ceiling of the palace of Kalalan shattered, and it fell down on in front of her while she was sitting on her throne. She was very amazed and to see this powerful, display of energy from somebody who could actually destroy a palace guarded by four Bhairavas. She came out and confronted Lord Birfa. They started fighting with each other with their powers. Uh, Kalalan was not able to control or defeat Birfa. Then she started making fun of him, and Birfa never really cared about her making fun of him. But when she saw that, she started making fun of Guru Gorakhnath Ji and the Naath Panth itself, which Birfa was not able to bear. At that time, Birfa used his yoga danda, which is a stick. It's a stick which on the top of it there's a little U or a half moon. This stick is used by yogis to rest their hand so that they can chant with the help of rosary for a prolonged period of time. He used his danda and then he turned it upside down. When he turned it upside down, along with that stick, the whole land mass, the whole kingdom of Kalali Tibba, and along with that, all the soldiers and the palace and the Kalalan, all the people who were the followers of Kalalan, they all were they all went into the ground because the whole land was turned upside down. But Kalalan quickly, with her power, reversed the whole process. This time, Babaji made sure that it cannot be undone. So he redo it and inverted the whole land mass and Kalali Tibba along with everybody in it with the palace and Kalalan into the ground, inverted it upside down, and once it was done, he kept his jog danda, that jog stick, onto the ground. Because of that power, Kalalan was not able to revive, was not able to undo it, and she died along with all her followers, soldiers, and palace. It was all destroyed. When Baba Guru Gorakhnath Ji get to know that, he called Baba Birfa Ji and was angry at him. He told him that you have done something wrong. You actually killed a woman. Not only that, you have killed many other people along with her. I'm not saying that they were innocent, but you actually have changed the plan of God. You have given them death earlier and not the way they were destined to meet their death, right? In this way, now the souls of these people are trapped in the Patal Lok, which is governed by Sheshnag, and he have enslaved them. And now, unless you free them and give them moksha, you would not be able to get over this negative karma, bad karma, and you will have to keep coming back to this mortal world. Baba Birfa said they were all, they deserved it because they were not following God, and they were all indulgent into pleasures of this world, and they would not care about dharma. They would not follow the right path. And she also made fun of you and our path, and I wasn't able to control myself. He said, I understand what you did was out of anger, but you have to control your anger. That is also something, being a yogi, you have to achieve. Okay, so he said, please don't be angry at me. I'm willing to do whatsoever you tell me to. So Guru Gorakhnath Ji told him to go back to Kalali Tibba and do strong tapasya there and find a way to get all these souls free from the Patal Lok and then get the salvation, right? Baba Birfa Ji was about to leave. Then Kapila Peer stopped him and said that Birfa Nath comes from Birpur, and people from this region, they are the worshipper of Shakti, the goddess Durga, and because of that they cannot be a insult to their family, their religion, their belief, their culture. If somebody do that, they always are ready to kill. right? And that's what happened with Birfa, and it could happen again because it is in his genes, it is in his blood, it is the way he is, right? So what happens if somebody else provoke him and then again he do such mass destruction? We have to try to stop it by sending some other pupils of yours along with him who can remind him of what is the right thing to do in such a situation, right? So Baba Guru Gorakhnath Ji sent along Kalka Peer Ji and Rajai Nath Ji with Baba Birfa Nath Ji to help him and also to keep him under guidance so that he doesn't get out of control when he gets angry. Which, as I told you, like if he is happy with you, yeah, he will do anything to help you and anything to keep you on the right track, right? He would not let you be in any trouble, right? The moment you discuss that, you share that trouble to him, it's all gone. Some way or the other, you will find a way to get out of that mess, right? But if he is angry at somebody, nobody can save that person. Nobody can. So all three came to Kalali Tibba, and over there they did strong for one yoga. After that tapasya was completed, the whole souls that were trapped underground, they found the right way to salvation and they got free. And immediately after these three achieved their goal, Baba Birfa Nath Ji, Kalka Peer Ji, Rajai Nath Ji, they left their mortal bodies and took samadhi. And at the same place, we have the temple of Baba Birfa Nath Ji right now in Jammu district, right? Baba Birfa Nath Ji's temple, when you go behind the temple to some distance, you will see the ground over there is very different than surrounding regions. It's all filled with rocks, and that rocks also doesn't look like it should belong to that region. It's just because the whole land mass was inverted upside down and still is the way it was done by Baba Birfa Nath Ji. In the same temple premises, you will see a small place of that belongs to Baba Surgal Dev Ji, who is in true form is a pure white colored king cobra. And every year, twice, there is Bhandara in the temple, and people come over there. And specifically on Gugga Navami, it's a very big Bhandara, and I had the privilege to attend that Bhandara, and I had the privilege to be initiated into this path. Now, if you are interested to initiate and follow this marg with this path and get the Guru Deeksha from me, two rules that everybody have to follow who get initiated into Naath Panth. If you are a male, you cannot eat anything cooked by a female during her 5 days of menses. During that period, you cannot take anything to eat or drink from her hand. If you are married, you can stay with your wife and during those days, but you cannot have anything to eat or drink from her, and you cannot have sex with her. You can sleep in the same room. You cannot be physically intimate with her during those 5 days. If you are a female, you just have to follow the basic rules of mantra chanting, which is during those 5 days of your period, you cannot say, chant, pronounce the mantras, you cannot worship, you cannot touch the items of worship. If you want, you can do the japa inside your mind, not from your mouth, okay, during those 5 days. The second rule is that if you get initiated into Naath Panth, no matter what your belief is, no matter what your religion is, you cannot eat cow meat, you cannot eat beef, okay? Killing of cows is prohibited, and eating their flesh or meat is a sin, okay, according to Naath Panth. If you do that, nobody can save you from the ill effects that will follow. Astrologically speaking, most of the people, they should not eat meat of any sort, or eggs, or any kind of drugs, or any kind of alcohol or anything. That's astrologically speaking, and I would say that you would see the benefits of doing that. But if you say, I don't really care about astrology, and you still want to get initiated into this path, still, this is a rule that you cannot break ever. You cannot eat beef, you cannot kill a cow, you cannot hurt a cow, you cannot have any kind of flesh or meat of cow. That's the second rule. If you cannot follow these two rules, then do not get initiation into this path. After that, yes, you have to do daily worship of Baba Birfa Nath Ji. You have to chant your Guru Mantra, at least a rosary every day. Unless you are sick or you are traveling, you have to do it. That's also a duty that you have to follow. If you can't do it, don't take the Deeksha. Don't try to get initiated into this path. That is the reason why there is a minimum fee that Baba Birfa Nath Ji have told me to charge, because somebody who will get it for free would also not care about following the rules later on. And if you are actually serious, you will do it, and it will also pay me for my time and energy that I'll spend in order to guide you, initiate you, and share this knowledge with you. Okay, so that's the link given below in the description of this video. If you're really interested, click on that link, pay the fee, and we can set up a live session where I will give you the Deeksha. I'll share the mantra and initiate you into this path. And after that, I will also create a private video in Hindi and English as well, and share the sadhana of Baba Birfa Nath Ji, the ritual of Baba Birfa Nath Ji, for minimum of 41 days, could be more. If you do that ritual, you will get the extreme blessings of Babaji for your entire life. Not only that, if you want, you can get at least one wish fulfilled, the worldly wish, the worldly desire, which is not sinful, which is not unethical, right? So yeah, you can achieve that. I hope I have not forgotten anything. Yeah, there is another alteration to the story, that when Baba Birfa Nath Ji have destroyed Kalalan, with the fear that Guru Gorakhnath Ji will be very angry on him, in the fear that he would have to face an angry Guru of him, he actually have taken Samadhi over there along with these two, Kalka Pir Ji and Rajai Nath Ji, in Karali ka Tibba, and then never came back. So he left his body at that point. So that's another variant of the story that is passed on from one generation to another. But in any means, you know that Babaji is hungry for love, because he never got it from his own family, and he cannot be a insult to his path, to his guru. And if you are on his good side and you are his follower, he will always keep you as his family, his own children, and will never be angry at you. And if you make him angry by any reason, then there is no way out. So think about it. If you're interested, I welcome you all with open arms to get initiated and be a part of this great panth of Baba Birfa Nath Ji. God bless you all. Keep shining, keep smiling, keep progressing. Namaste.